Oops. Hello, I seem to have turned off my camera somehow. So, hello. Camera. Standard definition, high definition. I don't know what's happened. I seem to have shut off my camera somehow. Hang on. Okay, there we are. Yeah, so I thought we would carry on with Sarah Boone. So for whatever reason, there was the last one that we watched was episode 12, and then it jumped to episode 14. But then since that time, they have uploaded episode 13. So we're going to start with episode 13 and see how we get on. So I know that Hear Me Out has covered it. It just came out yesterday, so he did a live stream of it last night. So and fun. So you might want to go watch him also. And yeah. Hi, Mary. Hi, Ritz. There was Sarah's old puffy face. Yes, I like to share the puffy face. So I was looking at I have made a live stream ready for tomorrow to start on the Jodi Arias case because I just find that case really fascinating. And it's been a long time since I looked at it and watched it. And I had forgotten. So I started watching it and I was like, yeah, this is really good. It's really good stuff. So that's my next plan. And then I guess Sarah Boone as and when, you know. But yeah, Jodi Arias is a pretty it's a pretty exciting trial. And when you think of like what all the major players, like both the prosecutor and the defense lawyer lost their licenses because of that trial. Eventually, they both agreed to resign their license or whatever, but under threat of disbarment. So what was the verdict, boss lady, on the what was the verdict? Guilty of felony murder. Oh, good. Okay. So that was for oh God, I know exactly who it is, but the name is gone. Suzanne Miracle. Okay. Bottom line, guilty of felony murder. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna move on to Jodi Arias after this. So I hope people are interested in that because I think it's really awesome. Suzanne Miracle. Yeah, thanks, boss lady. So yeah, this one is called Jailhouse Calls, episode 13, Reeling It In. So I don't know what that refers to. I haven't heard this one yet. So I'm going to press play, and unless anybody's got anything in particular they want to share, but Probably not. Arius will be a great rewatch. Yeah, she's awesome to watch. Like, she's just so, the whole thing was just so crazy. And she is so I don't even know how to describe. And then the trial was so crazy with Juan Martinez was so intense. And then what's his name? Kirk Nurmi, he kept trying to get out of the trial, right? He kept trying to, like, he didn't want to be there. And he eventually wrote a book, which is how he ended up being disbarred. Because he wrote a book about the trial. And he gave away privileged information or something like that. But the trial is called, like, Being Stuck with Miss Arias or something like that is the name of his book. So there's nothing quite like Sarah Boone, but I think you'll agree, Cappy, that there's also nothing quite like Jodi Arias. So yeah, Nurmi. So I just read a little, I was looking stuff up. I read a thing from him saying that he's absolutely delighted that he's not a lawyer anymore, and he lost a whole bunch of weight, and he is now like a self-help author and all of that. So he apparently is very, very happy not to be a lawyer anymore. He hated it, and he finds a lot more, life satisfaction in what he's doing now. Rit says, I did not watch any coverage of the Arias case, but Kirk did a lot of appearances, especially on Court TV a while back. I saw him commentating on something, and I was blown away that he was the same person. He did lose a lot of weight. Are we talking about, yeah, it is a lot. She's a lot, but I think, I think it's worth watching the trial again. Yeah, anyway, moving on. I was too the entire time. Juan Martinez was so passionate. It was very hard not to get completely wrapped up. Just the nature of the crime and everything was so insanely gruesome. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's get going with Sarah. Here we go.
That would expose the truth. You are joining Sarah on May 28th, 2025 in Lowell Prison, located in Ocala, Florida. Today's episode features 2 back-to-back calls. In today's episode, Sarah tries to reel it in for the next day's family law case hearing and the radio silence from her appellate attorney, Mr. Josh Adams. Buckle up and let's dive in.
This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
I'm so glad she...
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hello?
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
I'm glad you called.
Why?
I haven't talked to you.
Just struggling and...
God, she starts off right away, right? Hi. And there's him with all the positive energy. She's hi.
Trying to smile at the same time.
What's going on?
I got nothing to go in with tomorrow. I don't have any pre-trial statement. Like, sent me a whole list of things that I was supposed to have completed already, and I had no idea. Like, mandatory disclosure, I don't even know what that is. Like, there's a handful of things, like a list of stuff, and I have no idea what they are.
And she didn't tell you what to... But don't you don't have the pretrial conference statement?
No.
That was never mailed to you?
What do you mean? Are you talking about from Brian?
No, the order that said that, like, all the stuff that you have to do in preparation for the pretrial conference.
Yes. And remember I said that I got it 17 days late?
Yeah. Okay, but so that gives you everything you need to do. And you have Brian's thing as well, right?
Right, where they called me a murderer repeatedly and said I'm psychologically unfit to be a parent.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Sarah, that one. That's the one. That's the one. You got it. It's not as dumb as she looks.
Tried going through it. I don't know what I'm supposed to put, so I don't know. Technically, if you ask me, and I'm going to fight for it tomorrow, but I have a 17-day prorate, so they should give me another, 2 weeks to do whatever it is I got to do.
Wait, say that again, Sarah.
I said I'm going to go in tomorrow and say that I should have a 17-day prorate on having all of this stuff prepared. I was short 17 days because I didn't receive it on time.
Then you should have asked for a continuance.
I like it that he's talking to her like that because, yeah, that's what she deserves, instead of being like, oh, yes, poor you, Sarah. It is terribly sad that you're in prison and therefore things were delayed in getting to you because you were so innocent in the murder of your boyfriend, George. But he doesn't do that. He goes, you should have done a continuance, which is good. It feels like an improvement from the other kind of more sucking up that he's done. Which trial is the grumpy turd defecation trial, Billie Jean?
Peter, I don't have, there's no way, okay, I have no paper. I had to do an inmate request form to the chaplain to.
I'm not talking logistically. I'm just saying what they're going to say.
What do you mean? So they're going to tell me that I should do a continuance? They're going to say, no, F you, we're going to take all that we want to take from you and then call it done.
You can say to them, I got this thing you're going to say, I got this thing 17 days late. And
it's in my motion, which is not even online yet. That's what I don't even understand. How can four motions, my guardian ad litem, my financial affidavit, the discovery, and the contempt of whatever, 4 of my motions, how are they not online yet?
I'm going to look them up right now. I looked at it yesterday. It wasn't online as of yesterday.
I know. Looked for me earlier when I talked to her this morning.
Because she can log in. I got her the password.
Yes, thank you.
No.
It's just very difficult to work with her because, number one, it's 16 hours difference. And she's working in the middle of the night and then just has to get her son to school and everything else. And just for the little bit of time that I get to talk to her, and then she's in Australia and we're in America, and she's trying to work with like an American computer system and online stuff, and she has no idea. So like a 30-minute phone call turns into 5 effing phone calls, and it's the majority of my morning. And she tries so very hard and gets very frustrated along with me, but at the same time though, like it's almost impossible, nothing against her as a person and her attempts, to work with her because of the freaking 16-hour difference. Like I've just.
Yeah, it's too bad that the only person in the world that is trying to help you right now is some rando from Australia, Sarah. Too bad you didn't cultivate any friendships in real life. Yeah, just saying. God.
Just crawled up in a ball on my bed and just started to cry until I fall asleep. It's very difficult.
One thing I'd say is just getting back to the continuance thing, Sarah. You could say, I put it in my motion. I filed a motion.
The continuance?
Yeah, you just said that it was in the motion.
What was in the motion was that it was 17 days late.
Oh.
Not asking for a continuance.
Okay, that's right. Okay, well, because they'll likely say if she needed more time, she should have filed a continuance. That's when you say, but I have no paper, I have no pen, I have no stamps, I have no ability to do anything.
Right, which is why another reason why I haven't done.
Yeah, they don't care though, because that's your own fault and your own situation. The behavior panel had some interesting observations, about the Sarah Boone interrogation. I don't love those guys, but I don't disagree with a lot of what they say. I mean, obviously they have way more training in interrogation than I ever would have in life, but they're just a little bit too much, too big stands of Dr. Phil for my liking. They're a little bit, I feel like they're kind of in the right wing. Yeah, whatever. But I do agree that they did not do a great job of that interrogation. They were, but I don't really blame them. I mean, it's very clear that they were not adequately trained in interrogation. Because some of what they did seemed like very they just argued with her a lot, and they just didn't seem to have, like, their laptop wasn't charged. They were on their phones. They were interrupting her when she was talking. Just a lot of rookie mistakes, it seemed like to me, except they weren't rookies, right? They're detectives. But again, a lot of these guys are not adequately trained in interrogation. Still, I mean, she handed it the guilty verdict with her little video. So I don't see that it would have ever gone any other way.
done my pretrial statement, which is why I haven't done any of the other mandatory. Well, what is mandatory disclosure? Like, what am I supposed to have done with that? Like,
Mandatory disclosure, what does that say in the pretrial conferencing? Does it give you instructions for that?
no, it's not in the uniform pretrial conference order. It was in the case management hearing order or whatever else it was, stating that I was supposed to have had mandatory discovery or mandatory compliance or whatever it is by May 5th, which is crazy because April 26th was, or March 26th was this thing. And then I don't get this. This is what's fucking me up, excuse me. And I'm going to have to reel it in really hard tomorrow because they keep cheating me out of time. And my thing is, how are you going to tell me that shit is due on the 5th and I don't get this until the 14th? How are you going to do that?
That's a great way to put it, is to say it's systemic through the whole document and my situation here. This keeps happening.
But that's like, you're in jail. That's a you problem, Sarah. I don't see why he would be, well, unless he's trying to torture her. I am not completely convinced that some of his efforts at jollying her along are not intended actually to torture her a little bit. Because like, it is what it is. You are where you are. That's the way it's going to go. And then, people are going to consider that. Well, if you hadn't murdered your boyfriend, then this wouldn't be an issue, right? So, just saying. Hi, Ruth Ann. And what else did somebody say? Oh, Billie Jean. They were way too critical of the detectives. I agree. I don't totally love those guys. I think they're a little bit high on their own supply. And yeah, they tend to do that sort of diving into a thing where they don't have but that's their thing. We don't know anything about this. We're just going off the body language. But then that kind of handicaps them sometimes because they don't actually know the case details. But which errors were planned? What do you mean? Like the not having the battery in the laptop, or what do you mean? I'm curious what you mean. Anyway, carrying on with Sarah. Sorry.
But just as an example, I have something, the mandatory disclosure is due on the 5th, and I don't get this until the 14th, and then I'm penalized for it.
Penalized in everything. And just, I was going through all of my documents, the little minuscule documents that I have, and the multiple notices for trial that I never got a copy of. Trial by ambush is unfair. Like, everything that they have not included me on. And idiot Markel still has my wrong address for some of these documents, because apparently they've been responses to some of our motions that we had filed prior, and I never got them because I looked it up and said that they're sending it to my effing county address. I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep my composure and be professional at the same time tomorrow. I'm not going to curse, but at the same time, though, I'm on a telephone. Remember this, I am on a telephone and they are in the courtroom. So I don't know how it is, and I'm going to have to interrupt the judge or stop Martel from speaking because he always speaks over me, and he, makes it seem like I'm a stupid, dumb, dirty dog in the corner while he delegates and, fluffs his hair and pops his collar. I'm not having that this time.
No, I think that you need to get your voice heard. You can't just let the hearing happen and then you're like waiting for your time to speak.
That's what happened last time.
I know.
I was told by the judge twice for me to let them finish. And that's all they did was talk. So when it was my turn, she said, I've given you 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes too many, because it was supposed to be a 15-minute, whatever it is. And she gave us 18, and she said, this is concluded, and hung up.
Then I think what you got to do for this tomorrow, Sarah, is not be aggressive. Well, be aggressive, but, obviously keep it composed like you do. Like, remember when in the trial, I complimented you on how awesome you did there.
I am my own attorney and I have to represent myself, Your Honor. I understand that he has things to say, but so do I. Am I constantly shut out?
Just like that. That was excellent.
Can you please tell me what is it that I'm supposed to respond when she says, or when he tries to throw me under the bus as a dumb, dirty dog, and say, how come you have no pretrial statement? How come you have no notice of compliance? How come you don't have this? How come you don't have that?
How come this episode isn't called Dumb Dirty Dog? That's what I want to know.
I can't dump it on not having pen and paper because I'm pretty sure that they can figure out that I can ask somebody for that. But it's just,
That's like another inmate. Inmates they're not responsible for giving you anything. They don't have to give you shit.
well, remember, I can only mop so many floors and make so many beds.
Either that or I'm going to go in debt to somebody that's going to beat me up if I don't give them their stuff back. And I don't want to do that.
What am I supposed to say when they ask me, why don't I have this? What am I supposed to say?
I think you tell them the truth. You say you don't have it because, you got the thing 17 days late or however many days late it was. You haven't had enough time to prepare. You don't have pen, paper, and stamps to be able to ask for a continuance. You rely on other people who have full-time jobs and all this, and they do as much as they possibly can, but it's obviously not enough.
And
Sorry, I'm not sure that would be the greatest thing to, more floors and toilets. Yeah, I'm not sure that would be the greatest thing to start going on and on about in the family court, though, either, because isn't she trying to get, I mean, we all know she's there for the money, but she's also there for the boy, right? She wants access to the supply that she gets from being, in her mind, mother of the year. So I'm not sure that it's the greatest advice to go on and on and on and on in the court about how you can't manage even the most basic tasks, right? I just don't see how that is going to look good for you.
I'm going to say this too, which is a big selling point for me. I am going to say, a lot of this could have been absolved and off of your plate, Your Honor. Would you have forced them to have this attorney's meeting, which I still think should be held, and which is one of my motions that I'm waiting for you to please grant or deny?
Now, I wouldn't do that because then you're like saying to the judge that she's not doing her job, and you really want her on your side, Sarah. So
She's not on my side. She denies all my shit.
I think what you should say is something more along the lines of like, I
attempted to have this attorney meeting, Your Honor, and they have overruled the court and your orders, and I'm still sitting here waiting what it is that I'm supposed to be doing that I haven't done already.
Yeah, right. In fact, I had even emailed them asking, why it hasn't been set up and to please go ahead and set it up. They overruled your rule.
No response.
And then they filed, their objection and said that they're, basically they don't have to listen to you.
Between all of your case law, all of the documents, all of what has sent me, and it's very, I feel like I want to throw up. You don't understand how overwhelming this is, that I can't keep up with it and I can't properly defend myself. And if this is my only opportunity, then I feel like I'm going to fail.
Again, with the projection of you don't understand. Like, I don't think that she understands the insane burden that she is to him. I mean, I know that he's grifting her, but still, like, I do wonder as he's, waking up every morning kind of thing when he's in the thick of this, what his thoughts of the day ahead are, if he's filled with dread at what has he gotten himself into with this woman.
It's too much information for me to be able to understand and be able to convey properly. And nonetheless, I'm not an attorney either. So, I don't know how I'm supposed to justify any of this when I don't even know what I'm talking about than what you typed out on the tablet for me.
Can you bring paperwork in there?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So, can you bring your tablet?
I'm hoping so. I'm going to bring it with me anyway.
I wouldn't try and memorize all the case law. I don't think you have time to. I think that what you should be trying to get in there tomorrow is more time.
Before we jump back in, a quick favor to ask. Over the last 90 days, more than half of our views have come from people who aren't subscribed yet. So if you...
I would communicate the following. I'd say, one, I have all these
I appreciate the optimism of not subscribed yet.
motions I filed. Nothing has been addressed. Number two, that goes to a larger issue because I'm in here. There's like this delay in communications. I'm not receiving things in time. I was supposed to get something on the 5th. It didn't come to the 14th.
Well, listen, you have to understand too, Peter, I have no copies of any of these motions. So she could go straight to all of my motions, which we only have 45 minutes of time allotted. So for all I know, we're going to go over all of the motions because I know we're going over some of the motions from the case management conference, but I don't even have them to reference.
Well,
you know how pitiful that looks?
I'll tell you this, Sarah. At the end of the day, any attorney, no one is going to know this case as well as you do.
They don't need to necessarily know it. They just need to know the case law to rebut their case law.
Okay, you do have some case law.
Yeah, but it never seems to suffice. They come up with one, I come up with another one. They come up with one, I come up with another one, and then that's that. Like whatever it is, they win in the end. I just don't understand how.
That's up to the judge. That's what the judge does. Make determination of what supersedes what.
And I don't know, look, out of all of our motions where it keeps saying that I have no legal authority to ask for these things, what's the point of the case law that we keep looking up? That's like my thing for the parental right things. And then the whole alimony thing, what you have is fully justifiable, but I don't understand what it is that needs to be to the next level in order to overrule their stupid case law. I don't know what we're doing wrong.
I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I don't know.
I'm going in there.
Does she not understand how it works in a trial? That everybody brings their case law, and then a decision is made? Like, what does she think? Well, I got the case law, so I should get my way? Is that literally what she thinks? I think that's what she thinks.
Basically, all I did was rearrange my documents. I organized them. I've got it by relocation. I've got it by parental agreement. I've got it by the final judgment. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot other than, some documents that he sent me of Brian's things and just...
Have you handwritten out, or do you have any kind of like a list of the case law?
I have to do that still. I've been working on this. I had 2 call-outs this morning. I didn't come back here until almost noon. So I've been on my bed the entire time. The air conditioning has been broken for 5 days.
Oh, here's a good opportunity to complain a lot about things. Do people think that she's been working on it for 5 days or for however long she just said? Because my feeling, like, you remember when with the criminal case, she made such a noise about getting the hard copies of everything, and then when she finally got them, she didn't do anything with them, like literally at all. So I have my doubts that she's actually working on this at all.
So on top of everything else, it's blistering hot in here, and just it's very trying.
Yeah, I sent you like a kind of a consolidated list.
I know. I just have to write it down. Hopefully, I can look it up.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done.
I listen. I know. Do you have access to paper and a pen right now, or no? Or do you have to hustle for that?
Like you need me to have pen and paper on the phone with you right now, or do I?
No, I'm saying to be able to like kind of start preparing.
Yes. I've been on my bunk since I got back from my call-outs earlier, and like I said, it took me however many hours to at least organize my paperwork and try to get some kind of ammunition. Yeah. And all I have is what the information that they sent me, and just crap that I got from county. It's just, I mean, it's.
When you sit down and start writing stuff, Sarah, I would try and focus on like the main points that you want to get across. And then your goal tomorrow is when you're in there is at the appropriate times to make sure that you hit everything on your list.
It's about to be head count. Yesterday we were on our bunks for 3.5 hours. They had to recount us 4 times. So it's about to be head count right now. So,
okay.
I mean, my goals are, number 1, do not take my parental rights away. And number 2, you owe me alimony.
Yeah, but Sarah, that's during the trial.
But the thing is, though, that is not fair is that they should have had the case management conference. They should have had the pretrial, whatever it is, between the attorneys and unrepresented parties. How can they do that? A lot of this could have been, discussed and figured out, narrowed, whatever else it is. So, it's less time for the judge to have to go over whatever else it is. It's just mind-blowing to me that they can just do that. It's like we're trying to figure things out that could have already been figured out.
The motion.
And I didn't do anything.
Read to me the motion. Tell me what, just quick. Tell me what the motions were that are filed that are still pending.
Ad litem, my financial affidavit, and the motion for her to accept the handwritten document. The motion to compel discovery, and the motion for.
That was to make them do the attorney's meeting?
No, that was for them to supply the his financials truthfully and honestly, and all of them, as opposed to the 8 months they decided to send to us. Okay. And I guess I thought I was going to be stupid, and I found $40,000. It doesn't matter your income; you still have to file a tax return. So you're telling me and the judge and the court that you haven't filed a tax return for 3 years, but you've been getting between $40,000 and $100,000 a year?
He would have to file tax returns because even if you're receiving gifts, you have to report the gifts.
Nonetheless, he has an IRA or he has a retirement fund. You have to claim taxes on that as well.
Yeah, you certainly do. You have to. So the minimum amount someone can gift federally is like $14,000 a year.
Well, he got 40 last year, $40,100.
So that is taxable. However, there is a tax-free exemption on up to like $10 million for wealthy people.
Okay, well, you still have to pay taxes on your retirement fund.
That you do.
It doesn't matter because he's lying on multiple documents that none exist or it's zero. And both of those are lies because they do exist and they are not zero. But the most of this 45 minutes is probably going to be going over all of these motions. That's what this probably thing is going to be. Where my 4 are, I don't know.
What'd you say? What was the last thing?
My 4 motions that are still pending.
Oh, where the 4 are? Well, you don't know.
Remember,
Sorry. God. If I don't mute it, when I type on the keyboard, it's super loud. I don't know if you guys can hear it super loud, but when you listen to the video later, it's super loud. But then if I do mute it, I forget that I'm muted. So I'm sorry about that. I will try to do better. The thing I was saying about this phone call is that ostensibly the point of the phone call is to kind of make a plan of how to move forward because it's all coming, right? It's like tomorrow, right? And yet, instead of just focusing and making a plan, all she wants to do is complain the whole time, which is why I think that she's not actually doing anything. The keyboard. You guys can hear it when I'm typing? Is it super loud? Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I will try to do better with the muting thing.
We're still waiting for my USB drive with all of my court documents on there. I'm still waiting for the transcript. I'm still waiting for James to send me my documents. I'm still waiting for Orange County Corrections to send me my tablet messages and my FOIA. You know, there's things that I'm waiting for that I should be lawfully allowed to have if I have, in quotes, access to the court.
Okay, so I would make that list.
I've already done that. It's
right.
on my list of pending motions and everything that I've submitted since the case management conference, and then I've also got everything that I still have pending.
I really wish I could listen to this call tomorrow.
They're going to try and railroad me like they did last time, and Martel's going to STF you.
Martel's going to what?
STF you. You don't know what that is? Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Pardon me. Okay, I have to go. I don't know. Can you just send me some kind of whatever you think that might help me? She's at the door screaming at me. I gotta go. One way or another, I'll try and call you back if I can, okay?
Okay.
So thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Bye.
This call is from a correction facility.
She just wants him to send her something. Hey, just send me something. Just send me something. Me. Send me something. Yeah, I don't think I just get the feeling that she's not really doing anything. I mean, she said, I spent hours organizing my paperwork. Like, really? Hours organizing the, I'm not muted, right? I'm not muted. I think maybe you're a little bit behind, Anders. I was muted. Hi, Anders. Yeah, sorry, I lost track now, but going back. This is, obviously, we're moving on to another call now.
And is subject to monitoring and recording.
I didn't think you were going to answer. That was like on the 12th ring. I thought for sure I was going to get voicemail.
Yeah.
Could you just really quickly, could you go on the clerk of the court's website for me?
Yeah.
Please. And can you look under my appeal? Sent me a screenshot of the records that have been filed. And there's one that one of the ladies in here was asking a question about to see like if I'm on par, like on schedule with everything, because I have yet to hear from Joshua Adams to date. So
who's asking you if you're on point?
No, I'm asking this lady in here. She's probably going to get transferred to Miami or the Panhandle. And before she leaves, I was trying to get her to help me answer stuff because she's done her own post-conviction thing, and she knows a lot about appeals and everything, and I know nothing. And I keep asking Joshua Adams, but he never replied. So
You ever once talked to him?
no. I told you he wrote me that one weird, extremely misspelled, like he was typing on his phone while he was driving message, and said for me to reach out to him if I had any information, and I've given him every bit of information and then some, and the second coming of Christ amount of everything that I've given him, and he's never responded. And I've written him 4 times over the duration of him being appointed on December 18th.
Okay, so you want me to look under your criminal case, right?
Yes, please. So 5-5, index to record on appeal, 24 pages, should be the most recent thing filed. Or it says that you should be able to open it. Can you try, please?
Yep, it's open.
Okay, so what is this? And I need to know what that is and the DCA order underneath it. So if you could tell me what this is first.
The index to the record on appeal.
But it says record, sealed record, evidence record, trial transcript. So how is it sealed when you're looking at it?
This was filed by Josh?
I don't know. You'll have to tell me. I have no idea.
Okay, hang on a second.
Like, I don't know if they have certificates of service in this. I have no idea.
This is massive.
It says it's 24 pages.
I know, but it's an index. So if that's indexing other materials, 24-page index is like a title of contents. It's incredible.
So, okay, help me understand. So it's like a table of contents.
Hang on, my computer is super slow.
Like, is it a compilation of all of the transcripts, and he's just pulled out things to put in the index that need to be addressed in regards to having my appeal granted? And then if you can, look at the other one, because I'm going to try and catch this girl, and you can just tell her on the phone what it means. Audra.
This might have been filed by the clerk.
Okay, so can you please go down to the DCA order that's on 5225, the one-pager? My friend is standing right next to me. I can't give her the phone, but I can verbally tell her what it says.
Yeah, so it says, I'm going to read it to you. By order of the court, the lower tribunal has not transmitted the record on appeal to this court. Within 20 days from the date of this order,
20 days of the order,
appellant shall ensure that the clerk of the lower tribunal transmits the record on appeal, or alternatively files a response that shows cause why this appeal should not be dismissed to ensure the transmission of the record.
For failing to what?
To ensure the transmission of the record.
Okay, did they send this to my attorney? Who says it? Who says that?
And it was CC'd to Joshua Adams.
Okay, hold on.
Get a hold of the clerk of court and tell them to send the record on appeal. To do it means to finish your check.
Hold on.
I think Sarah sees whatever money she gets as her money, and then other people should, her money to spend on junk food, and then other people should pay for the stamps and all that, although everybody's paying for everything. Not her. Okay, I'm going to stop muting the mic because I keep trying to talk without turning it off. So.
Do it. Got all kinds of ground.
So this was just done on the second, though. Like, how do I know if he did it or not? How can I reach out to Josh Adams and tell him that he needs to do that?
You could start by not telling people what they need to do. I think we could start by having just the easiest bit of humility. Just the weeniest bit.
So he has 20 days? We have 20 days? I'm 5'2", which we're past. Yes.
The problem is the date on this document is the 2nd, so 20 days have
Passed.
6 days ago, yeah.
I know. Okay, what is it you're telling me that says?
That is exactly right, boss lady. She demands staff. That's exactly right. And she's like, She's in prison with nothing, and yet she's over here commanding people. I mean, in some ways, you got to admire the fact that she's got anybody doing anything at all for her.
The index was a bunch of numbers and columns and stating that from 2020 to 2025, like it would say something and it would say a page number like 52 to 53.
It's an index to the transcript.
It doesn't say, there's nothing signed at the bottom of it, but it says under comments, it's a record, sealed record, evidence record, trial transcript.
She said that it was sent out on a Friday, and then on a Monday, they responded with the index. So we're waiting on the clerk of the court.
For what?
Okay? For all of the transcripts. Right? For everything that ever happened in my entire case.
Probably going to be about 5,000 pages.
She said it'll be probably 5,000 pages.
Sorry, we're talking about the criminal case, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're.
I often think about that, random old lady. I mean, I have never been in a situation like Sarah with the kind of addiction that she had to alcohol. So, I would have to put myself in that situation first, I guess. But I just cannot imagine. I mean, whatever you think about her walking away and leaving him on purpose there or whatever it was, but when she came to in the morning, like, I feel like if that was me, I would just literally just be so abjectly apologetic to every single person that I ever met again, ever in my life. It is impossible to imagine behaving like this after making such a terrible, terrible decisions and showing the entire world my complete lack of judgment. I just can't imagine being anything but abjectly apologetic for the rest of my days. I can't fathom it. It's just so wild to watch her.
Waiting for what now? I'm confused.
So we're still waiting for what? The record on appeal to show up. And what is that? Are you trying to go outside?
I have no idea. I don't even know what that's something Josh Adams has to do, right?
Say it again.
Yes,
everything.
Josh Adams has to file something. I'm confused.
Thank you. I don't know either. She said that the problem is not with Josh Adams. The problem is with the clerk of the court who is not sending the transcripts and everything ever recorded in my case, which is what the DCA is waiting for, what Joshua Adams is waiting for, the record of appeal, which is my entire record of my criminal case. So the DCA order was telling the lower tribunal to get it together and get my stuff together. So she said that was sent out on a Friday, and then on Monday they initiated the index, which shows, I guess, that they're at least working on it, and they also CC'd Adams on it. So she thinks that he prompted the index to be sent.
What?
Oh my goodness, boss lady. I didn't know that. She was in a prison church, but she got kicked out. That's awesome. I have no religious upbringing at all. But the reason for that, as I understand it, as it was told to me, is that when my own mother was growing up, her stepfather, who was a terrible abuser, who abused her and my grandmother terribly for many, many years, he was apparently so objectionable that he got kicked out of every church in the community and every, denomination. Nobody would have them. And she was so scarred by that she never wanted to go back to church again, which I can understand. But like, he was a terrible, terrible person. So I can see that there would be similarities between him and Sarah. Awesome.
What's the big 2,500 page document?
That's my 2-week trial.
Okay, so that's the entire thing. This
That's
index.
just a transcript.
Okay, that's the transcript, and then the index is, I guess, some kind of way to organize.
I'm guessing. I don't know. Said that yes, it's expired technically, and I write Joshua Adams and he never responds, so I don't know what I'm
Okay,
supposed to
but
do.
so this May 2nd letter, that's the one I'm a little more concerned with.
It's just what I said. They're giving the lower tribunal a reprimand saying get everything together and send it to the DCA or to Josh. So if not, they need to have a response of why they should not dismiss my appeal.
Oh, so this is a good thing for you.
No, not necessarily, because there's been no response from Josh
Josh has to do something.
within that 20 days, which has expired.
But what is it that he has to do?
I don't know, and I don't see how he can do it if the record of appeal has not been received yet. That's what they're waiting on from the clerk of the court. That's what I don't understand. And Joshua Adams doesn't respond.
Maybe file a motion and just say, in the last couple months, I'm getting these letters. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not getting any letters.
No, you got this DCA letter.
I haven't received anything. By the grace of God, my friend in Australia and you in New York sent this to me, gave me information.
No.
Other than that, I would have no idea.
But you could say, I haven't.
I'm not doing all that right now. I don't want to piss him off and him be in the middle of doing something. Just he needs to respond to. And I sent him a handwritten letter.
What did that letter say?
The same exact thing in the message that I wrote him, saying I've given you all of this information and you've not responded, and I'm going to be prompted to contact the law office of the public defender to make sure you even are my attorney still.
And he never got back to you.
In any way, shape, or form.
Why do you think he didn't get back to you? I mean, what's your thinking on it?
I'm hoping that he's just so consumed and
Why do you think he didn't get back to her? Any ideas?
focused that he doesn't have time to send me anything. But what's crazy is my friend has the same exact public defender office, whatever it is, and she's gotten 7 letters.
7 letters from Josh Adams?
No, just from the public defender's office where he supposedly works.
She has a different attorney, though, right?
Yes, but they all work from the same office, and they should be giving the same updates, or at least an introduction letter.
It's crazy to me that she's getting these kinds of replies and stuff, and you're not getting anything from him. It's strange. Sarah, has he filed anything on your behalf yet?
She did say that, didn't she? I remember she said, and she can do 50 things and still remember the 50 things prior, but not George. George can't do that. Good call.
I have no idea. I don't have access. That's what I'm asking you to look on the clerk of the courts for. I don't know.
Okay, so when were you convicted?
12/8.
Okay, so since January.
Or 12/2. I'm sorry, 12/2.
Okay, so we have. Okay, so there's 12/18 order appointing counsel. So let's open that one up.
Yeah, is it Alan Holland or is it Josh Adams?
I don't know yet. It's opening. Their site is super slow.
It's 102 degrees in here. It's almost unbearable.
You guys can't open a window or anything?
Yeah, they can open a window, Peter. Yeah, in prison, they're just going to go open a window. Hi, ASB 412. Nice to see you. Take notes, Peter. Chop, chop. I loved that moment, Ritz 7825, when she was being cuffed. Why is this happening? Because George is dead. Yeah, why is this happening? I've already said it wasn't intentional and it wasn't malicious. No malicious. I mean, doesn't that just about cover it? I want to go home. I was listening to True Crime Lucy the other day, talking about Dahlia DiPolito, the dummy who hired a hitman to murder her husband, but the hitman was obviously an undercover cop and everything. And her whole thing, as they were laying out to her, you have been caught. Your husband is still alive. The picture of him and dead was just to get you in here. the hitman was a cop and you are caught and you're being arrested, and she's like, I want to go home, please. I want to go home. And True Crime Loser was saying, like, that is basically, he was like, congratulations, Dahlia, you have basically hit on the feeling of every single person who ever lived that has been in the situation that you're in right now. I want to go home, please.
No, there are none.
There's no windows?
Not in the main area. There's some in here in the day room, but we can't open them.
How hot is it outside?
Like 108.
It's 108 degrees in Florida right now?
I'm just, like, with the heat index, I mean, I think the high today was like 95 or 96.
Wow. Okay. All right. So this just opened up. It says, yeah, it's Holland. It's ordered and judged that Alan Holland is relieved from further representation of the defendant in the trial cause. Okay. So, and Josh Adams is being appointed.
So what's the official date he came on board?
18th of December, 2024.
That's what I said. Yep. Okay.
Do you have a pen and paper?
We were talking about that last time, ASB. We were saying, or a couple times ago, whatever, we were saying that she would literally at this point be looking at like a couple of more years if she had taken that deal and behaved herself in prison. She would have been looking at a couple more years and she would have been going home. I'm glad that she didn't take the deal, but yeah, she's that impaired by her personality disorder that she chose life in prison, basically, rather than admitting who she is.
You should try and write some of this stuff down.
No, I don't.
Okay, that's all right.
I'm not going to remember any of this, considering the fact that I have a pretrial conference of my life and my son's life tomorrow. This is low man on the totem pole for me. I just was asking about it because if she gets shipped off, she wouldn't be able to help me. So
on 129, there says correspondence to defendant.
No, he didn't.
On 129, there was a letter that was written that says, in response to your correspondence dated 121, the following applied. Other. Attorney Josh Adams has been appointed to represent you for an appeal.
That's my notice of inquiry.
I'm going to read you the date in the document. You tell me if you want me to open it.
And I don't really care that much about it. Like, I got to try and focus on tomorrow. It's just like...
Oh, okay. All right.
So, I mean, apparently it's, I guess it's on schedule, whatever else it is. I don't know, like, if these last two documents are good or bad. Just, she said supposedly that I'm okay, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do with getting him to contact me, and it's really trying to piss me off because I'm just sitting here. So I'm coming up on the 6th of June, and it will be a whole nother month that I've not spoken to him. So it'll be ongoing 6 months. So I don't know. I mean, am I pushing it by asking if you could send an email? Just say, Sarah asked me on her behalf if you could please check in status with her.
Yeah, I've done that. I mean, I've done that, like...
I know, but at least it's just another feeler that we're putting out, and it's another breadcrumb showing that we've made an effort.
I think that's a really great point, boss lady. Like, where would she go? Right? She would be... I mean, I guess she would probably get... If she got out in 8 years for good behavior or whatever... did half her sentence, she would probably maybe go to a halfway house or something like that. I mean, maybe she would be set up with a little job in the community, but I just can't see her. Right? I mean, Brian took care of her. Essentially until she went to prison, right? Like, I mean, even though she had left him, he was still the one that was funding her life and picking up all the pieces of everything as it went wrong. So yeah, I think that she would essentially... It would be no time at all until she found herself in a bar. And one drink and she'd be toast, in my opinion. I just don't see that she would. I don't think that she has the wherewithal to exist in the world free without getting into that kind of exact same kind of trouble again. I think it's a great point.
Only time I ever even heard anything from him was when he wrote suddenly out of nowhere to Julian and to another YouTuber, giving them the updates on your case.
Yes, I know. Yes, if you could just send him an email, please, and, be stern but professional at the same time and say, June 6th will have been 6 months that you have yet to speak to Sarah Boone, and she was wondering when you were going to be making contact with her after her innumerable attempts, and also for those on the outside that's been trying to help me.
But what's incredible is for 6 months, he doesn't say a word. He doesn't.
What's incredible is that she has not yet figured out through the criminal trial and the 9 lawyers that she went through there that her approach is not working and she needs to try something different. That's what's amazing.
Doesn't send you a letter, nothing. The only time he ever responds to someone are 2 people that have nothing to do with the case. One is a YouTuber, one does documentary films.
Please, I don't want a repeat of county where I went through however many because I kept withdrawing because they would ask if you were my attorney still. That's what happened.
Right? And yet she hasn't figured that out yet.
What would I do? I would probably, and I know you're sensitive to this because you don't want to, like, you know, kick a beehive's nest, but I would probably send a message to the judge.
What judge? What judge? There is no judge.
Kranick doesn't handle.
Oh my God, absolutely not. Are you serious? You're not thinking straight. You contacting Kranick, who is my appeal?
So he is handling your appeal, right?
No. There's no way he can when he's the #1 reason why I got life in prison.
Okay, so who's going to be handling your appeal?
District Court of Appeals.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna, for her appeal, I think she's saying that, Judge Kranick was unfair and biased against her and all that kind of stuff. I can't remember. She hasn't done her appeal yet, right? She's still right, Cappy. Yeah, that awesome. It's that Simpsons meme of Principal Skinner. Exactly. Yeah, she's the reason in every way, right? In every way. She's the reason that she got life in prison. Every step of the way. Every single, like, she's remember, I think of Seinfeld so often with these people. Remember when George Costanza, the episode where he decided to do everything the opposite of everything that he ever did? And then his life completely turned around and he got an amazing job and a beautiful girlfriend and a new car and all that stuff because he went against every instinct that he ever had. I feel like Sarah could benefit from. Hello, Donald Westerdale. Nice to see you. Welcome to Dreadful Penny True Crime.
Then don't send it to Kranick. Then you send it to the district. Is there someone there?
I have no idea. I'm in prison.
With the girl who knows all this stuff, she's not leaving until tomorrow. Can you go ask her?
There's nothing like that. I would have to have some type of correspondence in order to know where I need to send something.
She might know whether or not you're pro se and you got to go to the District Court of Appeals. Is there a certain, how do you communicate with them about the process? That makes sense.
Don't know.
She might know.
Left the dorm right now to go outside. It's cooler outside, it seems, than it is in the dorm. I don't know. And apparently somebody was telling me, because I've been asking you about this also, please, and
I don't know how many times I've seen this footage, and that's the first time I've ever noticed the neighbor couple leaving. Hi, the Goodmans. Nice to see you. We got some new people in the chat. Woo! Hi, Dogs Mom. Nice to see you. I've never noticed that couple before leaving, looking over at the police and the body cams.
Help me, Father. Like, I love, but it's like sometimes it's very difficult to work with her. But Kranick never gave me natural life. He just said, you have life in prison. So I'm trying to figure out what specific, in quotes, life I have in prison, because apparently parole has been approved for Florida.
Parole has been approved in Florida?
I'm talking about it on the docket, that yes.
Yeah, but probably not if you've already been given life without parole, right? I don't think they're going to go back and be like, her use of please, yeah. It's a bit like Dalia DiPolito. I would like to go home, please. Although that, I don't understand what's going on, please, I think is what Dalia DiPolito said too. She is a dum-dum. Florida Rita, dear. I don't know what that means. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Do you think they would? Do you think they're gonna backdate it for Sarah?
It was approved, parole for Florida. So unless it's natural life, all I have to do is go to court and get a number, and then it's cut it by a third, and that includes my county time.
That's all she has to do. Simple, easy peasy.
So if I get 10 years, I've already done almost 6. And then for good behavior and state time,
Yeah.
can you please can you research it, please? I don't have anybody else to ask in Australia, which is not the United States of America. So she's going to have no idea what to look up or any kind of anything. But can you look up to see if
I mean, is she that stupid that she can't look up parole in Florida? Is she going to have... Yeah, Courtney Clenny's in Florida too, right? Her trial is coming up next month on the 27th.
it was actually passed, or like what?
I'll look it up right now. Hang tight.
And I don't understand how nobody, including effing Josh Adams, who I've asked 4 times, what, in quotes, life in prison do I have? Because all it was he said, I sentenced you to life in prison, collected his belongings, fixed his robe, and left the courtroom. So I'm trying to figure out what life do I have, and nobody can tell me.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to look that up right now.
But the word natural never came out of his mouth. And this is what I've been trying to find also out for peace of mind.
Okay, so Sarah Boone was sentenced to life in prison on December 2nd.
Where are you reading this?
Through the internet.
Me too.
So there's got to be some kind of like official, lawful court document that states if it's just life, or it says natural. But I was clearly competent when I was sentenced, and he did not say natural life. And if you recall, that was one of the biggest things on social media afterwards. The shitstorm was wondering if it was natural life, and everybody was upset with the judge that he did not clarify to me what type of life it was.
Sorry, was everybody upset with the judge that he did not clarify to her what kind of life it was? I feel like we all were well aware that life in Florida is life. I don't think that there was any mystery. I certainly was not upset with Judge Cranick in any way, shape, or form.
You're saying so Florida does not have parole for second degree or for...
Correct, right.
And that was just passed.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Right.
I'll do this
1 minute and natural life.
research, and then I'll shoot you an email with what I find.
Please.
Okay.
And I'll call you tomorrow. I mean, am I able to call you tomorrow? I mean, I know not right after
Yeah.
it happens, but in the afternoon?
Yes.
God bless. Please look this up. I'm grateful for this, and it would just help me big time with it would just help me make me okay? If I knew that I had an eligibility other than, having to go back to court and all that.
100%.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
Sarah. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here on the third. First, 2025 in Lowell Prison, located in
So know if you guys can see it. The title of this one, the thing is over top of it. The title of this one is Multitudinous. The last one was called Reeling It In. Any idea why?
Ocala, Florida. In today's episode, Sarah navigates medical emergencies and pillow issues. Buckle up and let's dive in.
I would agree, Mary, that after the way she spoke to the judge at her sentencing, but she's not eligible for parole anyway. A life sentence in Florida is a life sentence, life without parole.
This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Okay.
So this is June 21st now. Hit the like button, please, if you don't mind. Thank you, random old lady.
Sorry, I'm on my way to the airport.
Where are you off to?
Just business stuff. I gotta go to Atlanta. What's going on? How are you?
I'm in a lot of pain and just got back from a medical emergency.
What happened?
Just they won't give me my medication, so they keep giving me ibuprofen, and it's making it worse. So I had to go down.
Mary, she did say that. Sorry, she did say that they were looking at putting in parole. in Florida, but I just don't think that even if that does happen, that it's going to apply retroactively. I mean, I could be wrong. Obviously, I don't know that, but
to medical and see the triage nurse. So
Your
no,
prescription medicine.
no.
Oh my God.
Like the girls raided my bed. They took my mat. They took my pillow. They took everything. So I have like this awful, just whatever. Look.
Wait a second. They took all your stuff, and what are you going to sleep on?
I mean, I have a mat, but it's got tears and holes, and there's no filler to it. And my pillow, this lady took it, and she sleeps next to me, and she says, "What are you going to do about it?" So I don't have a pillow that's actually comfortable, and I just didn't sleep well.
You know, Sarah, just that was the advice you gave George, right? What was he gonna do about it when you had him locked up in the suitcase? Not a goddamn thing.
Last night, I just woke up in a lot of pain. So listen.
I'm so sorry.
Peter, like, this is serious about my appellate attorney, and this is serious about my motion in regards to my extension for my pretrial statement. What am I going to do? I have no tablet. I can't send you anything.
So, okay.
Hi, 57 My Road. Nice to see you. I absolutely agree with that. I was saying something similar just a little bit ago that Peter was advising her to say that she couldn't get anything done because she didn't have any stamps and she didn't have a pencil and she couldn't figure it out and she hadn't received her thing. And I'm like, I don't think that going on and on to the judge about how you're completely incapable of managing even the simplest tasks is gonna go over well with the whole "I want access to my kid" thing.
Gotta get your tablet. That's gotta be number one. I already sent you a motion. I sent you 2 drafts. I sent you a draft for.
I'm not going to have my tablet for over a week, so be prepared. I have no tablet. I had to put an inmate request form in yesterday. They won't receive it until Tuesday, and then I have to wait for the man from Securus to come to activate my tablet, which is sometime next week or the following Tuesday.
Okay.
This is serious. Like, I can't take this anymore. I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. Like, if I've ever going to have a nervous breakdown, I'm going to have it now because of this pretrial statement and this parenting plan. And no one can find an appellate attorney on top of me having this immense, incredible pain.
I say
she's going to have a nervous breakdown. You don't mind the keyboard sounds, okay? I don't know if it's maybe it doesn't sound that loud. I was listening to the recording after my last video and I was like, holy smokes, when I'm typing you can hardly hear what's going on in the background. Why does this dummy get a tablet? They all get those tablets, but it's not a tablet like a iPad or anything like that. It's like literally they can do messages on their tablet. That's it. Yeah, I'm sure George wasn't feeling real calm either. Exactly.
You 2 drafts of a motion, 1 to ask the court to extend the family law case. And I also sent Josh Adams an email letting him know, hey, you need to reach out to your client. Her next step is going to be reaching out to the court. That's been done. You have in your inbox those 2 motions.
I can't do anything with him.
The number one thing you got to do, Sarah, is you got to get your tablet.
I can't do anything. There's nothing that I can't do that I haven't already done.
Is there a friend there that I can send a message to them on your behalf?
That's kind of a different message than the one that she was giving the police when she was being interrogated of there isn't anything I can't do. So interesting.
I mean, other than that, I mean, I can't like send smoke signal. I don't know what else to do.
Okay, listen. You don't understand. I'm not even going to repeat it. Just, you don't understand what state of mind I'm in. I'm going crazy. I'm literally like going crazy. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I have all of these deadlines on top of, again, this immense, incredible pain. So
you're supposed to accept your fate as the result of your actions. that is what you're supposed to do, Sarah. It's not even complicated, for God's sake.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do that I haven't done already.
Yeah.
No, I know. Like, kind of like with the pretrial statement, remember I said, like, you gotta, like, kind of just, like, slow down and eat the elephant one bite at a time. Sarah, that's what you have to do right now. So I think the number one thing that you need to focus on is getting your tablet, like getting that activated. I'm like, whatever you got to do to get that.
I've already done it.
Okay.
There's nothing else I can do.
When do we think that'll be turned on? Tuesday, you said, next week?
No, that's when they'll probably receive my inmate request form.
Okay.
I have 9 days.
It's okay. At the end of the day, Sarah, like, you can only do what you can do. You know, if you go in front of the judge, you just say, listen, I haven't submitted this because, and you tell them your emotion in court and say, this is the problem. This is what I'm dealing with. It's like out of your control. I mean, stressing about it is not going to help you. I know that's easy for me to say, and I'm not trying to be dismissive. I get it, Sarah, I do. But keep our mental health. I think that we gotta, like, just kind of realize that we're at the mercy of a lot of things that we don't have control over.
I like the wee Peter. Yeah, I mean, he's right though, right? I mean, it's not them. They are not at the mercy of anything. She is. But like, it is what it is. If the only thing that she can really do is practice radical acceptance, like, that is where you are. If you keep kicking against the pricks every day, all day, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to have to settle in and accept your fate and just work with what you have and move forward from there. This whole idea that she is like holier than thou and lording it over these other people in prison because she has a hope of getting out is not getting her anywhere. I mean, I feel like her entire focus is outside the prison, right? And that's why she suffers and struggles as much as she does. Also, she's impaired by her disorder, but yeah.
Am I going to be able to call you this weekend?
You can call me on Sunday. Did you talk to the guards about getting you a pillow and a blanket and all that stuff?
Yes, they don't care. I can't even get my medication.
So
I don't know what she thinks. The thing that drives me so crazy about all of this is, like, what does she think he is going to do? Like, what is he supposed to do or say or whatever? Like, whenever he offers her any kind of efforts at moving forward, she rejects them. Whenever, like, what is he supposed to do? He's like, we got to move on. We got to accept this. We got to, but you don't understand. But you don't understand. But you don't understand. It's like, well, but it is what it is. And somehow we're going to, get to tomorrow. So, I mean, he brought it all on himself by engaging with her in the first place. So I don't feel terribly sorry for him.
people just took your stuff and then and that's it. You can't, unless you want to fight them for it.
There's a lot of things that I need to tell you about. It's priority. It's not priority. Like this pretrial statement and this parenting plan. You don't understand, Peter. Listen, I fought hard for this sanction, and I got the sanction, and then I got a DR for it, and I lived through the DR, and now I can't even submit what I fought hard for and had a DR for.
That's him. That's not me putting Amber Heard up there. That's them doing that. But yes. Yeah, I mean, it's it. She did, yeah, the whinging, the endless whinging, right? Like, I get it, right? I get that she feels really terrible, but I just don't see how whinging helps. It really doesn't.
And I don't want to let the judge down. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I literally was gonna go crazy.
She doesn't want to let the judge down. And if you believe that, we're having a bridge sale up here in Canada on the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Brian will submit the visitation after the judge ordered him to for Lucas.
Like I said, we got to do everything we can that's in our control. And, at the end of the day, like, if we don't get there and got to go in front of the judge.
Did you send an email to ISIS? Because I was hoping that you would send an email to ISIS first and then have to write a motion after she responded to you, because I'm not trying to make a global announcement about my surgery.
Okay, so you want me to...
Yeah, right? Billy, you notice her tone of voice changed very quickly, right? When she wanted him to do something else. Suddenly the whinging is gone and she's just giving out orders again.
Send him, I must have missed that the last call. You want me to send an email to ISIS saying what exactly?
I'm sorry?
About the USB, about access to your files on your tablet?
About the USB with no response, about me being in the hospital for a week and just returning. I have no access to my tablet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a multitudinous amount of, things, hindrances that I don't want them to think that I've just been sitting here sleeping all day and not wanting to do this. I want you to please let her know that I fought for this and I'm trying to do it. But I had no idea that this was going to happen. And I want her to know also that I want to make a global announcement about my surgery, but I have no tablet, I have no USB, I just got pen and paper. Like, I want them to know that I've been out of commission for an entire week, and it'll be longer than a week to even have access to my tablet.
I think that's the next step. I think I'll send an email to Miss Isis and I'll ask.
Explain to them I don't want to make a global announcement. You need to explain to them about this, that I'm trying to close the courtroom. Please tell them that I'm trying to close the courtroom.
She's trying to close the courtroom. When is our Donald Westerdale says, when is our fearless leader going to open Gordie Howe? I'm in Southeast Michigan. I am, first of all, Canadian, so that might... Oh, is that a bridge? The Gordie Howe Bridge, is that what we're talking about? And is your fearless leader is, I don't know, he's busy at the moment, I think. So could be a while. Yes, I think I figured that out. I think it's a bridge, and I don't know. Yeah, we see how she got through life to this point. Yeah, whinging, crying, whimpering, begging. She's the customer in the store who is not entitled to a refund, but gets the refund anyway because she will not shut up.
For this also.
Yeah, so like the big things are no access to tablet, no access to USB.
I just got back from the hospital.
No pen and paper.
And you need to let her know about these YouTubers and how vicious they are. And just please, God, if you can send that today, because then it'll be a response hopefully soon, because it's Friday. And
I talked to Julian. You can call him when you get a chance.
what am I calling him for?
Just everything. But he's got some free time, so if you get a chance, I definitely give him a call. I know he wants to.
Do we ever? I wonder if we're gonna ever get any calls between Julian and Sarah.
Okay. Peter, I'm desperately reaching out for help from you with this, because if I could at least just get them to understand where I'm coming from and my circumstances, which have been never circumstances like this before. And I need, please, you have to emphasize this. This can't be sugar-coated. This is do or die at this point. It cannot be, please.
What, send the email to Miss Isis? Yeah, I'm going to.
I mean, I think that there's a lot of truth in that, Billie Jean. The why is this happening is her confusion at why her normal tactics are failing this time. I think that's absolutely true. Those are her, like, NPD is a defense system, right? It's a protective system, and it just kind of operates automatically. And she's been getting away with this nonsense all her life because most people are not the justice system and the corrections system and stuff, right? And she has been manipulating and whining and whinging her way through life. And it must be, to be fair, it must be extremely bewildering to her why none of this, you know, I mean, she thought that she was really, really smart, and that's why she could get away with stuff, I think, right? When in fact it was just that she was such an enormous pain that people would give in just to shut her up. So I do think that, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I think she's probably genuinely very bewildered by it.
Do that for sure.
Yes. And tell her that I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. They don't understand the YouTuber. They don't understand that I can't get my USB, that I've been in the hospital for an entire week. I've had to claim a medical emergency from returning. I mean, I don't have my tablet for at least another week or two. They deactivated me. Because I was gone for so long.
Yeah, I'll send her an email. I did send the email to.
Yeah, good question, GS Dog's mom, because yeah, like, I mean, people with functioning empathy are generally have difficulty with other people's hard emotions, right? They tend to be very very tuned into that sort of stuff, and I feel nothing except irritation at her. So
To Josh.
Please tell them I'm dealing with that also.
And I think what I'll do is I'll send a letter to, I guess, would it be Kranick?
Just send it to the clerk of the courts.
I'll send it to the clerk of courts.
Peter, please.
I'll do it. Don't, Sarah, don't worry about it. I got you.
I know, but when?
I'll try and get it done tomorrow. First thing tomorrow. I mean, I'm traveling right now.
I know, but can you write the email while you're on the plane or something, please, to Isis so she knows she's in the office? They won't get it until next week.
Yeah. You're going to get it Monday morning.
Isis will get it today. She'll get the email today. Please, can you just send it to her? She'll get it today. It's still, 10 o'clock in the morning? It's still early.
Yes, I could probably send it to that.
It is kind of working, right? It is working a bit. The please, the whinging and the carrying on, and even though she's not entitled, she's going to keep going on. She's going to keep going on. He initially said, I'll try to get to it tomorrow. Then he said, I'll definitely do it first thing tomorrow. And now he's agreed that he's going to do it today. So it's still working for her a bit.
Please, that's priority.
I get Wi-Fi on the plane, so yeah, I could do that.
Please, Peter.
Okay.
Just please give me some peace of mind. Just send the email letting them all know that I'm trying my best. I'm trying to be transparent. And the whole YouTuber thing, I'm trying to close the courtroom. I can't deal with all of this, and I don't want to make all of this known to the world, which is why I'm sending this email.
Okay. Sarah, don't worry. I'll send it today. Don't worry about it.
Please.
Yep, I'll do it.
Please. I'm crumbling, Peter.
You are.
Peter, I'm crumbling.
I know you are.
He's literally just said 3 times that he'll do it, and she's continuing to ask him to do it. Yeah. This is not dry begging. No, indeed. This is straight up begging. It is working on him. She just got out of the hospital, for goodness sake. Yeah, it is working on him. Yep.
It breaks my heart. So listen, you gotta like kind of toughen up a bit around those people.
It's not these people. It's me trying to succeed in this family law case that I just got an effing DR for and lived through it. And now I can't do what she gave me as a gift to do 30 days. And then I had surgery. And then on top of everything else. You don't understand, Peter. You don't understand what I fought for. You don't understand how I handled the conversation on the phone and the pretrial conference. You don't understand. And then I got a DR for it.
We're telling you. How did you handle it on the phone? Like, what happened?
How I represented myself in my pretrial conference. How I was able to get the sanction against them. How I kept myself afloat.
Yeah, I think you did an amazing job.
And now I can't provide what I fought for. That's what's making it so bad. And she's helping me and wanting to listen to me, but then I can't do what she gave me. I need to do this. I need to be transparent. I need for her to know all of my circumstances. Please.
Yeah, no, I will.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm going to send this to Miss Isis 100%. I'll do that today. If I get a chance, I'm going to send to the clerk of courts. I'll do the same thing, and we'll have to go from there, right?
Please just send it to ISTIS first and see what she says, and then I'll do everything else that I can. I have no access to my tablet. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but if you could just please send an email like you've never sent an email before about this, please.
Okay.
To ISIS.
Yeah.
And please just tell them that I'm extremely stressed out and I'm trying to do everything that I possibly can. I just returned on Wednesday evening and I'm already trying to get whatever it is I can done. No USB, no nothing. No tablet, no pen and paper, nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm in incredible pain. Like, it's just crazy.
Like, what's the pain? Is it like your stomach? Like, what's going on?
Yes, it's in my back. It's just, I feel it's so immense that I feel like I'm going to vomit. Like, and then I'm just supposed to walk around and hold my guts in and just keep smiling.
Yeah, walk around, hold your guts in, and keep smiling. Great advice.
It's very difficult.
And they're giving you ibuprofen for it. It's freaking crazy.
And they won't give me my medication. So just.
Do you mind if I put that in the email too?
Whatever you need to do, but send it. Oh, do not put that in the motion. Only send that, please, to ISIS, to send to the judge. Tell her it's direct communication because I don't want to make this announcement online to global YouTubers. And please.
She doesn't want to make the announcement online to global YouTubers. I mean, I sort of think that's probably, I mean, obviously I'm not in the son's head. But yeah, I mean, he's certainly old enough at this point. I left home when I was 15 years old and I never went back. That at that age, you are perfectly capable of drawing conclusions about the capabilities of your parents to either parent you adequately or to harm you with their behavior. And it would not surprise me at all if he was, I mean, he's only a couple of years away from being able to make up his own mind anyway. So just saying.
Do not forget that I'm trying to get the courtroom closed. Please don't forget that, which is why you're sending this email.
What are you going to do about all your bed stuff? I'm really concerned about that.
I just have to wait for them to give me whatever they're going to give me.
The guards?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't care right now. I don't care. I just want this email to get out, please.
Okay. I'll start working on it right now.
Lord.
By the time I get in the air, the draft will be done, and I'll as soon as I get internet access, I'll send it, okay?
Please, Peter. Like, you don't understand how much I love you for this, and I have nobody else to go to. So I'm sorry for all of this pressure and just always needing something and always just not having something good to say. So I'm sorry.
Sarah, don't apologize. And listen, it's okay. Like, I get it.
I'm so tired of losing. So tired of losing.
I'm not in your situation, so, empathizing is hard because I've never been in this kind of situation, but I certainly sympathize and I wish I could fix it, but I can't. But I will do it. But I will do what I can. And that's a problem.
Please tell them it's very important to me. Please stress that it's very, very, very important to me, which is why you're doing this. And I'm tired of walking around and just holding my guts in and smiling still. But if I have to do that, Peter, I'm going to do that, okay?
Well,
and I hope sometime that you schedule to come and see me sometime now that you're an approved visitor.
As soon as I get a chance, I'm going to fly down to Florida with Julianne and we're going to come see you. And
I don't think that he ever went to see her, and I don't think that he ever intended to go see her. And I think that the reason that it took so long for him to become an approved visitor was because he didn't want to go see her. And also, once he became an approved visitor, he would then be able to put money on her commissary, and I don't think he wanted to do any of that either. So, just saying.
And don't worry about this now. Just consider it done and taken care of. It will be done today. What I need you to do is take care of your health, okay? So go find a quiet place if you can. Just sit down, surround yourself with the people Will that actually give a shit around?
Yeah, speaking of which, I don't see Jem here today, our little gem in the mud. It's okay, you can call me a gem. I won't be insulted. Just don't call me a hidden gem. And she did, yes. She definitely, well, think of our fine friend Gem in the mud. So Gem, for her, Gem is short for Gemma. And that's her first name. So, you know, we can just we can take it back. But see, the thing is, Donald, the Dreadful Penny is a takeoff of, in the like Victorian era London, there used to be crime magazines that were sold on the street for a penny, little magazines with crime stories in them, and they were called the Penny Dreadfuls because they cost a penny and the stories were dreadful. So it totally I'm stuck with it, I'm afraid. Sorry.
About you there, just heal, just heal. Okay?
Okay. So when do you want me to call you back? On Sunday?
Why don't you do this? Why don't you give me a call tomorrow? Call me tomorrow after 12.
When do you want me to call you? Like around what time?
Anytime after 12. And if you want to call me today, you can try and call me anytime after 5 o'clock, and then tomorrow after 12. I probably won't have much to report, but if you want to just check in and vent and commiserate.
I have another medical emergency that I have to go to tomorrow morning. So
Why? What's going on?
it's just the amount of pain that I'm in, and the nurse told me to come back around the same time because she wants to make sure I'm okay. And look at
my store, when I had it, was called Penny Royalty.
so I have to go back again tomorrow. So it's a lot every day. So
yeah.
Thank you. Please travel safe.
I will.
Please.
Boss lady, the chat, I think, yeah, the Dreadfuls is fine. The membership levels are called Dreadfuller and Dreadfulest, I think, as I recall.
Write this email like you've never written an email before and tell him how important it is to me. Just tell him.
I will.
Please. And don't forget to tell him about the whole YouTube thing, and which is why you're sending the email. And I have access to nothing, and I'm in incredible pain. And I just got back from being in the hospital. Tell them for a whole week, because I was.
I think it's the honey buns, Ritz.
Okay?
Yeah, 100%.
He's passing out from boredom, Sarah. The Dreadnoughties?
I'm gonna do that.
Thank you.
All right, Sarah.
Thank you.
Keep yourself healthy.
I love you, and I'll call you. I'll call you later, one way or another.
All right, please do.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I had thought about calling the channel Canadian Penny, but I do feel the Dreadful Penny is better. So where are we at? What is it, 5:30? We might as well try another. Go on to the next one. I think it's episode 15 is the next one. Forgot about the honey buns, right? And the Zuzus in the Wham. This one is called The Whole Mouth, which is grossing me out already. I'll just move ahead a bit here.
And is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Telling.
Are you available?
I am.
Okay, thank you.
So what's going on?
Okay, forgive me, but
Okay, we're going back in time now. So that last one was in June. The first one that we watched today was May 28th. That one was the one we just saw was June 21st, I think. And this one is now we're back to May 12th. So just saying, we've moved back in time.
listen. I'm sorry if I come across cross, but you signing up to be like my power of attorney and being able to file things online with me and everything else that you agreed to help me with, I have nobody else to do it. So if you don't do it, then I don't have anybody else or any. I can't even ask Nicole. Nicole's like, Sarah, I don't have access to that. Sarah, I can't do that. So I'm like, SOL with having you help me.
Access to what?
She can't file anything for me. She can't open certain things. She doesn't know about, she can't even read the documents that you can because you're in the certificate.
Okay, so I've gotten her some stuff, but I still have no access to.
Hi, Addie. Nice to see you. I'm glad you could make it. You're in the car. Awesome. Driving and listening. Excellent. I would shorten it to dreads. I'm just warning everyone, Madam Anazi, after all, and we shorten everything. I have been just recently binging the second season of Deadlock. Billy, I don't know if you're a fan, but oh my God. Love that show. The Dreads. Yeah, I like the Dreads. The Dreads is good.
Anything. I'm just on the list. Have you not gotten any of their letters?
No, nothing. I haven't even gotten the instructions from the judge.
You still haven't gotten the instructions from the judge?
No. Peter, why do you think that I'm really, really, really trying my darndest to keep it together and not run screaming?
Yeah, Peter, why are you so stupid?
Or jump off the highest whatever I can, just...
Jump off the bunk. See if you can maybe break your ankle or something. That'll probably improve things.
I can't explain it to you. That's why I thought you were leaving me high.
Oh, Billie Jean, does anybody watch Deadlock? It's so awesome. It's a cop drama, but it's I don't know what else to say. It's a cop drama with heart and lots of lesbians.
And dry. Well, I'm like, well, you know what? Nothing.
I'm not leaving you high and dry, Sarah. I'm trying to I'm trying to survive.
No.
So here's what I think. I think that the first thing that you got to do is get this information that you're supposed to be getting. And I don't know why you're not getting it, but that's like the number one.
The first thing you need to do is get this stuff. That is not advice, Peter. She has no control over that. My God.
One thing.
Yes, I know. Okay, but the thing is, though, Markel keeps sending me his crap, and it's a lot of ammunition, and I just don't know what to do with it.
He's sending you all of his stuff?
Not all of it. That's one of the things. So if you don't mind, if it's not too much to ask, please. But on May 10th, I sent you a message, like trying to find out where you were, and Julian ended up writing me back. But there's only like 1, 2, 3,
Sarah, hang on 1 second. Yeah. Sorry about that.
So, are you sure you're available?
Yeah, I am.
I could call you later.
No, I got it. Okay.
Can you look at my email that I sent you, or the message that I sent on May 10th? Because then those are the things, if you could help me figure those things out or just give me an answer, I'll have a better mindset.
Yeah, so just, can you read them to me now?
Yes, I'm ready when you are.
I am.
Okay, said that she sent you the Easter presents for Lucas. Have you had a moment, or Julian, or anybody to figure out what's going on with those? Because he keeps asking me.
Okay, so I'm not sure where any of that stands. I know that Julian had ordered those things and spent $40 on it. I don't know whether he got the money back.
He did, got it refunded, and I thought it was you or he that said, send me whatever it is. I think it was you that said, just send me whatever it is. And so I think I sent it 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Both you guys.
Okay, now you're jogging my memory. It was a piece of music that you wanted him to send.
A vinyl.
When he tries to buy it, it says explicit lyrics, and the person that's receiving it has to be over a certain age. And he's like, this isn't my kid. I'm not sending this. And I understand why. He doesn't want to be sending a 14-year-old kid something that has an NC-17 rating on it, because that's just going to come back and bite him. And bite you, frankly.
No, it's not. Brian knows that I'm getting it for him because he...
Oh my God, right? She just has to be so rude. So they're talking about, he had said that he would be happy to go pick out go buy, her kid had said to her on the phone about a particular band and a particular album that he liked. And so Sarah had said to Peter, oh, can you please buy him this album for his birthday? He's going to be so happy. It's exactly what he wants. And Peter agreed to do it. And then it turns out that it's one of those, you have to be a certain age to get it because of the lyrics, etc., and the themes. And so now he is now explaining why they're not comfortable doing that. And instead of going, oh yeah, I get it, I understand, she's being snotty and rude. So just some background in case you missed it.
He was originally going to, but Lucas said, no, let Mom do it. He'd rather have it from me.
Regardless, if you want, if Brian wants to get it for him, have him get it. I'll try and figure out a way to get him the $40 or whatever. But Julian's not comfortable sending it, and I'm not either. I'm not going to send something that says explicit lyrics to a kid that's not mine, that's 14 years old. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
If you want me to send a gift card or something like that, I'm happy to do that. But I just can't.
I understand.
Okay.
I totally get it.
All right.
Did you get the other link? Because it's a tie set that he can wear to his middle school graduation and then for his job interview for his magnet high school that he's going to.
What was that?
There's also a tie set, a tie, a handkerchief, and cufflinks that he can wear to his high school or to his middle school graduation, and then also for his job interview for his magnet high school he's going to.
Okay. Yeah.
She helped pick that out also, and I think that's like
Hi, Quintessence. Yeah, awesome about Kelsey Fitzsimmons' trial. Hey, I was super excited to hear that she got off. Bench trial was the right choice, in my opinion. I agree, Donald Westerdale, that they have heard it all by 12, but that doesn't change the fact that that's the law, and she's asking him to break it for her, and it's just not on. So, yeah, I don't think Sarah does get it. Of course not, because, I mean, rules don't apply to Sarah, right? That's what these people are like. She doesn't get it. She thinks that, that he's just being mean, or he's being a goody-goody, or he's like deliberately trying to upset her, or whatever she thinks, right? But yes, she's a horrible person. So this is what we expect from Sarah.
Honestly, I don't have the time to be like doing all this stuff. I'm like doing, you have no idea how busy I am.
I understand, which is why she sent the direct link.
Please just wait.
She sent the direct link to you guys.
Okay.
All you have
It's not
to
just
click on it.
yeah, it's not just clicking on it. It's every second of every day is taken for. So if I can, let me send Nicole a little bit of money, and then she can figure this all out.
Okay, you're cracking me up, Donald. Now you're calling me Kenny.
Out, and I understand the currency issues, and that's fine. I'll take care of that. I'll figure it out. But I can't be like dealing with like the ordering and tracking down when it's missed, and I literally do not have the time.
Okay, well, it was just one fluke last time, and it's just turning into something that it's really not, but that's fine.
Okay,
Don't know why.
I don't have the time, Sarah. If I did, I would do it. I literally do not have the time. So if can help you order it, I'll send the $40 over to her, and then she can buy it all.
She can't, because it's $80 over there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why we tried to avoid her. And I'm just confused, because one moment it's like, sure, Sarah, no problem. Here, you can get whatever you need or whatever you want. And then it's just, now it's just like unavailability. And it's just, we try to do what you tell us to do, and which is what I did with the direct links. And it's just, I'm just really confused of what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to do it and when I'm supposed to do it.
Oh, you've been talking about the Easter thing?
Yes. And I mean, I don't mean to be a complete, whatever, but just like, I know, Nicole and I tried to take care of this from the get-go.
We did everything you told us to do. Nicole gave us the address. We bought the stuff. We sent it.
We got like a $17 present, and then ended up being a $40 thing that you guys just randomly picked out. And that's why it was just on Walmart, and it could have been there on time. That's why I'm saying it just got all screwy and weird.
God, she's such a, ugh. I think the deal was, right, that if she writes down her, version of things and gives it to them, that they will help her. That's the trade-off, right? That they will help her with her family law case.
Weird. And just like,
no, because we couldn't order it through.
I don't get it.
All right, Sarah.
I know.
Okay, listen, you wanted us to buy something for $24. We couldn't do it through Walmart. We went ahead and I picked out some nice stuff for you for $40 so that we could get it there on time.
For sure.
It got there, and it was the wrong address, which was not our fault. Sent us that address.
No.
Okay.
And it's not mine either. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. It's just, It's all stupid now.
But-
and
but,
I think you all
yeah,
angry at me or Lucas.
But honestly, Luke
Yes.
getting his Easter present is the least of your problems.
No, it's actually not, because it gives me something that I know brings him joy, and it's natural joy, and it's something that I don't have to worry about with super stupid, awful
Oh my God, she literally just cannot take no for an answer. I am so frustrated on Peter's behalf, and I don't even like Peter.
strings attached. So no, this has been actually a really nice change of scenery, which is why it's actually been making me.
Then what do you want me to do? I mean, I'm not going to order an explicit record.
I understand.
So what do you want me to do?
Okay, well, you instructed me to send direct links to you
It seems like you don't understand, Sarah. Saying I understand isn't the same thing as understanding.
and Julian. So that's what I did. I think 2 weeks ago or whatever else it was. So now it's just you asked me what was on my list.
No, it wasn't 2 weeks ago. We just got these links like last week. And Julian looked at the links and he said that one of them's an explicit record.
Get
And we're not going to send that because I've been busy for the last week.
it.
This first time I can talk to you. So now I'm trying to tell you I can't order that because it's an explicit. It says on the thing, this is an explicit record. Are you over 17? And yes, I am. But the child's not.
I'm not trying to talk you into getting him that. I thought we had moved on to that. So that's why I was trying to see if he could at least get the tie set. And maybe you could.
I will get the tie set and I will take care of that. I will get that done. I promise.
Please, please.
And we won't have to go through Nicole or any of that stuff.
That's fine. Because she feels bad anyway for not getting the chocolate and the little thing before. So, I mean, so what? So it's just extra seconds for you to have to use in order to order the tie set and then send her money?
And do what?
So it's extra seconds for you to have to waste to order the tie set and then send her money? Or are you just going to send her money for all of it?
No, I'm going to get him the tie set and whatever the fuck it is that you want me to send him, but I'm not going to send him the record. If you want something.
Yes, I know that.
Okay, so if you want me to send him the tie set, I'm happy to do it.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so but let's talk about the legal stuff.
That's fine. Did you have the guardian ad litem motion filed?
I thought you.
My God, she just launches right immediately. She doesn't even take a freaking breath. She just launches immediately into the next thing she wants from him. Just exhausting.
You said that you wanted to do that when you have your meeting with Brian.
No. That's why I sent you the revisions to put that in, and I thought that you said.
Did anybody else catch that under the breath? Jesus, that was directed at him. She's pissed at him. God, she knows how to burn a bridge. That girl, I'll give it to her.
Said I think last time you were going to work on it on the weekend.
Yeah, well, then I got so.
I know.
Land. It's like I can't. So, okay. So you sent me that stuff, and you want me to file that the guardian ad litem thing with those changes.
If you, I have my tablet here, so I can.
If you sent me the changes, Sarah, I will make them, and I will.
I did.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you, I sent them to you on. So all you have to do is just go back. And then just a few things afterwards.
See, Mary, now you're getting it. Now you're starting to understand her frustration. I mean, it's not easy being the only one who's right in a world full of people who are wrong. She has a lot to deal with.
That I sent on the list. I mean, because like I said, I can't do any of this. So it's me just wondering, with your accessibility.
How did you file motions before? I mean, you did it through mail, right? I mean, I'm just and I'm going to help you, Sarah, as much as I possibly can. But like, what are the options? If let's say I the 15 motions that I've already filed, like what would you been doing without that?
I wouldn't be able to do that. In county, I would handwrite them, but I also had access to an application on my tablet with a law library. I don't have that here. And then anything and everything that's in regards to a family law, they don't have anything about that here. I told you the last time I got up and I walked out because of how awful the clerk treated me, and I just left.
So there's no family law stuff in the family law library?
Correct.
Sorry, what's that? She stormed out of the court because she didn't like the way the clerk treated her, or she went to the what? What was she talking about there? Does anybody know? She didn't like the way they were treating her, so she walked out.
Or on the computer. It's all appeals and criminal cases.
That's fucking incredible, isn't it?
How do you think I feel? I've gone down there 4 times and been treated like shit every single time, and the last time I got up and I walked out.
Oh my God, it's so amazing. It's because everybody in the world is wrong, and she's right. It's, it is exhausting. Sometimes you have to walk out on a whole room full of people who are wrong when you're the only one who's right. She does get, I think they get 30 minutes for their calls, Ritz. I think that's the time limit.
Okay, so if you want me to do the Guardian ad litem thing, that's probably going to be in like a day or two.
Sent you the message on May 8th at 12:05 p.m.
Yeah, and Sarah, I've been, like I said, I've been slammed. I mean, I'm trying to keep my head above water here.
Yep.
I'm not like getting paid for this. I'm not like.
I get it, but I'm trying to keep my head underwater. So think about that.
Sarah, I know, but you can understand. Like, I got a family I got to feed and stuff.
No, but I just wish you wouldn't have started. That's.
Oh my God, she is so rude and entitled. It's hard to even believe, right? It's hard to even believe that she doesn't take even a single breath between one obnoxious outburst and the next. It's just wild. Well, why did you even start then? You shouldn't have even started. Like, oh my God, not like, thank you. I so much appreciate everything that you're doing for me. I know you must be so busy, and anything that you can do for me would be so appreciated. No, well, why did you even start then?
That's all. Because then I would have just been able to figure whatever else.
Wait, if I didn't.
This is why I don't rely on anybody.
Sarah, are you fucking kidding me? You know how much work I've done for you?
I do.
No, Peter, she is not fucking kidding you. She's not fucking kidding you. And if you had any sense at all, you would have known that before you stepped into this. So honestly, as much as I agree that she's an insufferable twant, self-inflicted, dude. Self-inflicted.
Yes, but I simply.
So you wish I never started or did any of this stuff for you? Nothing.
You, I wish, would not have taken on so much responsibility, because now I have to rely on you.
You don't have to rely. Who else are you? Who else is going to? Okay. All right. I don't.
No, help me understand.
Help me understand. I wish I didn't have to rely on you. Like, dude, you have no one. And you're insulting the one person who's willing to do things for you. It's incredible. It's incredible. And she still thinks she's right.
Help you? Okay, I'm happy to help you understand.
Yes, please.
You have nobody. You're saying, like, I wish I wouldn't have relied on you. Okay, so if you're not relying on me, what were your alternatives?
Nothing.
Okay, so I'm doing everything I possibly can.
Do you think this demonstrative is going to help her? I personally don't, but.
And to help you. So that's all gravy for you. So don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I think you're totally, as usual with everybody in my life, misconstruing what I'm trying to listen.
And explain to
me. Oh my God. Instead of going, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it to come off like that. No, you're just like everybody else. You're just like everybody else misconstruing, just like the law clerk, just like the judge, just like all of those 9 lawyers, just like George, just like Brian. Everybody. Just like everybody.
What are you trying to say? Because I'm confused.
Okay, I'm in prison with a life sentence. Yes. I'm trying to fight for my life, for my son, with my son, and for have any type of money so I can eat something without having shakes and falling off my top bunk. I know that you decided to be as my friend to help me not being a lawyer, and through all of this, But yes, now that I have you've given me expectations of things of you and me working together where it's like we don't start something and then it can't be finished. And I understand.
He's given her expectations and then he's not living up to them. And he doesn't understand what that does to her.
I understand you have a life on the outside, just like Julian does and everyone else, which I myself would like to have at one point also.
It's just a little portmanteau I made up so that I don't get in trouble on the YouTubes.
But at the same time, though, I can't do this without you. But you've had me have that reality check where it's like, well, he's on the outside with a computer, with access to the courts, with, you actually have pen and paper and stamps. I don't even have that in here. So I have nothing. So you have everything.
I believe that he did point out the you have nothing. And yet you don't seem to have taken it in the spirit in which it was intended, Sarah.
So when you show me that you have something of your everything that I can have, I'm going to try and take it. I'm not trying to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm just trying to take the whole mouth. That's what I'm trying to do. So if you give me that opportunity.
That's the name. That's the name of the video, the whole mouth. When you say don't look a gift horse in the mouth, I'm trying to take the whole mouth.
And, you know, I'm just not trying to settle for nothing. Grateful for you. I don't know how any other way that I can take it or say thank you other than thank you.
I was very, very clear with you from the beginning of this month. And I said, listen, I'm going to help you as much as I can. And frankly, I have completely burned myself because I've spent so much time trying to do stuff. Okay. So, and I told you that I was going to help you as much as I can. And I have. I think I've gone way over and above than anybody would ever do. I understand you're in your situation, but that doesn't change the fact that I can only do.
Ew, Billie Jean, gross. She does realize that he has not committed murder, correct? Yeah, no, she does not apparently realize that. Or she doesn't. Actually, I think the thing is that she doesn't realize that she committed murder.
So much. 1, I'm not an attorney. 2, I'm not getting paid for this. 3, I'm trying to support my own family. And, you know, I got people here that rely on me.
I don't know why
And I know it might not be enough for you.
It's more than.
But it's all I can do.
It's more than enough. But my thing is, though,
but it's
I
not,
can't
Sarah,
see
but
it's more than enough, except for all of these things that are not enough.
certificate of services. I can't do anything online.
Sarah, it's not enough for you because you're complaining and you're telling me that I'm failing you. And
not once have I, and not once did the word fail come out of my mouth.
No, you said I set these expectations and that, like, you know.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Can I go online? Can I go online?
No, I don't think, no.
Can I file anything?
No.
Can I read anything? Can I even mail a letter?
I think this is just straight up aggressive, Don. Honestly, Donald. I don't think there's anything passive about this aggression.
Like, even if I wanted to mail a letter, I can't even do that. Like, if I wanted to mail my own motion, I can't even do that.
If I had all the free time in the world,
I'm not asking
but
that.
I can't do that.
I don't know how this all turned around. Like, it's crazy over, like, man, like, I just don't understand how it turned into this.
I can tell you how. Because you're
frustrated. And I've not even complained once.
No, I'm not. Okay. You're frustrated because you can't get stuff done. And you don't have enough resources out there. And the one resource that's doing anything for you, you're saying it's not enough. And I can understand.
I've never said that.
I understand that you're frustrated, but I'm telling you.
You don't know why we're having this conversation. I don't understand why you feel the way that you're feeling over all of this.
Right. She doesn't understand why he feels the way he feels, but she is completely incapable of accepting the fact that he does feel the way that he feels. And I would venture that she genuinely doesn't understand. She is that impaired by her disorder that she genuinely doesn't understand. I mean, you and I would all you know, in a similar situation, not that we would be in it, but we would be grateful for the one person that's trying to help us, right? It's not like she's like, oh, I should be grateful, but I'm so frustrated and I'm, you know, venting. She genuinely does not understand why he doesn't put everything aside to help her. She genuinely doesn't understand that. And she doesn't think she committed murder. She thinks that she's innocent. So everything that's happening to her is unfair. And the fact that he's not dropping everything to help her get out of this terribly unfair situation is just more unfairness. I genuinely think that she doesn't understand.
I've never said anything derogatory or anything about you not doing enough for me. I just don't understand. I was repeating to you the instructions that you gave to me over Lucas's effing Easter present. And then this is where we are.
You're telling me that, like, oh, you can't take 5 seconds to type, to order this or order that. Say, man, I got only so many minutes in a day that I can spend on this. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll get in the tie. I'll do that. Don't worry about it. I'll figure out. I'll lose another 5 minutes of sleep. That's fine. But
Okay, but I would like to please make sure that you understand this. You instructed me about the Easter present. I followed your instructions. I did what you asked me to do. For the guardian ad litem, you instructed me to send my minute revisions. I did that. So I'm following your instructions. So it's just, you're telling me to do these things. I do these things, and then what?
okay, well, life happens, and I'm stuck trying to keep my own head above water here, and I'm doing everything I can.
I know you are.
So, like I said, I'll get the tie thing sent, and I'll get the guardian ad litem motion. I think that you should actually bring that to your pretrial, but if
How
very
can
honest,
I bring a guardian ad litem motion to my pretrial when I'm on a telephone in a dark closet while they're in the courtroom?
okay, like I said, I will get that file. And
I just wanted to make sure the revisions that are on May 8th that you asked me to do, and I did on 12:05 p.m. May 8th.
okay, I'll look at them. What are the other big ticket things that we have? And then I'll just tell you like what I can do, what I can't do. But I mean, at the end of the day, Sarah, like you got 15 days. The most important thing that you can be focused on is coming up with the parental plan and what you would agree to as terms of a settlement. Because you do not want to go to court.
Have you read the 8-page trial file, the pre-trial filing? This was filed by Martel.
No, I haven't seen any of that. I don't have access to the court filings. I'm still not approved.
You were included because it was a filing, so you are included in that filing. So
what was it called?
it's a pre-trial, the pre-trial statement from Brian and Martel. Eight pages.
How do you even know that even exists?
Told me that it was filed.
Okay, so that's in the county clerk's thing. She has access. I thought she said that she got access to all that stuff.
She does not. I'm not sure where you got that information from.
Well, she was the one that told me get it notarized. She sent me the application, exactly what she did.
Well, then I don't know why she would go the extra effort or mile to tell me what's on there and just not read them to me.
Okay, I don't either, but I was under the understanding that she had access to all those documents. I know Lana did. So okay, so what do you want me to do?
I mean, I would like to know what it reads, please.
Yeah.
Pre-trial meeting that Martel was supposed to schedule with me. I don't know. Is that something that the judge was supposed to order, or is it a recommendation? Is it something that she highly tries to implement, or what?
No, he's supposed to do it.
Right, because then they prepared their pre-trial statement, which means that it appears that I was the one who did not want to have anything to do with it, which is what they did to me the first time and the last time.
All right, so do you want me to email Martel and say no?
Yes.
Okay, so
And if you could please, after you read it to me briefly in the
Anders, I believe that they had an agreement that she was going to sell them, basically they traded. They're going to help her, and she's going to give them her story, and they were going to the idea was they were going to make a documentary about her.
judge's instructions where whatever the blurb is, if you could write it verbatim, per the instructions of whatever the document is, you are supposed to, by law, case law, or whatever the heck it is, schedule this meeting with Sarah Boone, which you have not done so, and she has been avidly and eagerly awaiting. So whatever the instructions are, please, if you could write that exactly in there, because he got the same copy you did. I just haven't gotten it, which is really crazy.
You've gotten no mail since you've been since you've been at the Annex House. You've read me something that it was like you got something from the court.
The only thing I've ever gotten were the instructions for the case management conference when I was on the other compound. Martel sends me all of his stuff, but I don't get anything from the judge here yet.
And, well, you're going to get that thing from Martel. It just hasn't gotten through the system yet, right?
I'm guessing so. I do not know when he mailed it or when he sent it or filed it or anything else. I don't have access to a computer.
Well, you talked to When did she tell you about it?
Yesterday.
Okay, so that's why you haven't got it yet, because you just filed it.
But she also said, too, that the understanding is that the pre-trial statement is prepared and filed because the mediation
You have 1 minute remaining.
was ignored or never done. And if it's, that's why I keep asking you, please, if you don't mind, if it's something that he has to do.
If you need to do your pre-trial statement, I have no idea, Sarah.
No, the pre-trial meeting, the mediation.
If you have to do that,
If he had to do that, he's the one that was in charge of coordinating it, but he never coordinated it.
right. And my understanding is when I read it to you was that it sounded like that was something he was going to have to do.
To call you back without it hanging up. So if that's
All
okay
right.
with you,
Yeah, call me back.
thank you.
Thank you for
Okay. Whew. I think that's it for me. It's just after 6. I've had enough of Sarah for the day, although I always enjoy your company. You guys are so much fun. Yeah, she's just so exhausting, eh? Oh God. That was a real the whole mouth. That was a real mask off moment there where she was losing her shit at him. And he thought that he thought that he was going to be able to explain something to her. I'm, obviously, right? I mean, they did come to the point where everything split apart. And they had their breakup, and there's the breakup letters online if you want to see them. But yeah, it's really wild to watch that, eh? A lot of it is really boring, but you have the moments like that where it's like, this is the meat of dealing with a narcissist. The way that they are, the way that they take for granted, the way that they will never give in, and that they will relentlessly go at you and after you and never give an inch. And the way that, like, watching him and his efforts to kind of stand up to her, and then the gradual backing off and letting her now you're doing it on purpose, Donald. Yes, I live in British Columbia. I live in Vancouver. Beautiful, supernatural British Columbia is what it says on or it used to say on our license plates. Yeah, the breakup letters, they are really something. And they also have online, these guys, they have her diary online. And I guess they have like some AI voice reading them out. Yeah, right. Excellent. Oh, hi, a resurrected wreck. Yes, excellent example of Darvo by Sarah. But also, what's so interesting is his reactions and the way that he backsteps and backsteps and backsteps and doesn't eventually agree with her exactly, but kind of gives in enough that it allows things to keep carrying on, right? And I mean, I know that he has an ulterior motive, but it's very like it reminds me, it puts me in mind of the recordings of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, where you can hear Johnny is talking with her in good faith, trying to communicate and reach a shared understanding. DARVO stands for deny, attack, reverse victim offender. So it's a very typical behavior of a narcissist, right? So if you try to call them out on their behavior, they will deny their behavior, they will attack you, and they will reverse the position. They were the offender, but they are going to turn it around and make you the offender. And that's exactly what just happened there. I mean, it's hard. It's not quite as, to me, it's not as, I found those conversations between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard extremely triggering, because he was so in earnest trying to communicate and trying to find a solution and trying to move forward, and she was so clearly just a horrific abuser. And it's not quite, I mean, this dynamic isn't quite the same, right? He's not in good faith with her either. I think he does make some good faith efforts to communicate with her. But according to the breakup letters, he's like, "Oh, I always knew you were a murderer, and we just thought that if we offered you trust, that you would tell the truth," which is pretty bizarre because how are you offering her trust when you're lying to her? So I don't have a huge sympathy for him in this situation, but I do still think there is some real narcissist gold in here. Amber Heard is, yes, she is a monster. She's up there with Jodi Arias and those kind of people in my mind, and it's the fact that she was revealed is possibly the only thing that has stopped her from committing the same kind of felonies that put Sarah and Jodi in prison for life, and that Johnny had enough money and enough agency to just walk away, right? But I mean, based on everything we saw in that trial, she was well on her way to committing a horrific crime against him. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough for me today. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for coming. I mean, I sort of agree with you, Billie Jean, but I also think, I mean, in some ways, people like her never do really get their comeuppance because she went right out. She went right out after the trial, and defamed him again in a public interview, right? So, I just don't think. Right, Ritz, right? Like, I mean, that was what he said, right? That they were gonna do a documentary for her about battered wife syndrome. And so either he was lying to her to get in, or he was telling the truth, and then he realized who she was, and he's lying now about it because he feels embarrassed that he was taken in by her. I mean, Lana was taken in by her, so but yeah, I don't feel like and also the whole Delepine Creative. I mean, if you go look up their website, you can find it on the Wayback Machine, the Internet Archive. It was all very fly by night, their little production company and who their partners were and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's all to me, they were just opportunistic. And they got what they deserved as far as I'm concerned. But you can also clearly see that he is not anywhere in the same neighborhood of disordered as Sarah Boone is, right? So he is still sort of operating on a plane that you and I can recognize at least. But anyway, thank you again all for being here. I appreciate you all so much. If you can hit the like button on your way out, I would appreciate that. And I am going to do tomorrow, same time, same channel. I'm going to start with the Jodi Arias trial. I'm going to do opening statements starting tomorrow. So I will look forward to seeing you if you can make it. And if you can't, I will look forward to seeing you another time. Thank you all for coming. Donald, it was a pleasure to meet you and get a little sampling of your wit here in the chat. I look forward to seeing you again next time, hopefully. And yeah, I think that's it for me. I shall love you and leave you until next time. Bye-bye.